Hello everyone and welcome back to Versus the Community. We're here for some A-Class racing with cars downgraded from S-Class. For the first race today we're at Mugello in the rain. So as we get offline, starting P9 for this first race, not bad in the top half. But we've got some good acceleration down to turn 1. We're going to go to the inside, try and get a few positions here. Just be careful with how tight we are on the inside. Don't want to go barreling in, causing collision. Run a little bit wide in the middle of the corner, along with quite a few other people, just overestimating how much grip is in these wet conditions. That gets us up into third place. So what a start there, but we have Alex here on our right hand side. He's held it around the outside of turn 2, has the inside for turn 3 here. So it's going to be a bit of a drag race now down to turn 4. We're going to have the inside, breaking on the inside, but Alex has the grip, goes around the outside of us in his classic F1 car. So, but now we can settle and start to see where our car is. Looks like we have good acceleration, judging by the run to turn 1. And we had a bit of a run on Alex there, coming up to this high-speed section at the back end of the circuit. But we'll just following through for now, see how we are in the corners. We'll try and get to grips with our car. As you can see, Longbow now closing up behind us. So it seems like we're struggling for a bit of, with a bit of understeer. But Longbow has Liam down their inside in their Corvette. So that demotes Longbow to 6th. But we're going to try and stay ahead here, running a defensive line as we head up to this long right-hander. Little bit of oversteer on the downshift. Liam's trying to get underneath us, just in a rear bumper, maybe pushing us a little bit wide. But does get to her inside, try and go side by side through the chicane, but we ultimately just don't have the grip. This car's sliding around a lot on the exit of that chicane into the final corner now. We know we have good acceleration, so maybe we can make up a spot or 2 here. So, but we try and get the power down, struggling with traction out of the corners, having to be careful with the throttle, especially in these wet conditions. But now that we've got the power down in the slipstream of Liam, we've got the speed as we head up to turn 1. We go to the outside. Hopefully we can get far enough ahead to try and defend. We try and cut back in front, but Liam's still on the inside, has the grip to brake later on. We try to go for the cutback, but we just don't have the grip caught tight down on the apex of turn 1 from Liam. Longbow then gets run on the outside, gets down the inside for turn 2. We try and come back, just sliding over the anti-cuts, struggling with that power down again, and ultimately just falling a little bit back from Longbow. So we're going to cut now to the end of lap 2. As we see, a couple of cars just getting cut together, running on the grass. That includes Car Guy here. We try and get up the inside as they're recovering, which we do. So Alex also involved in that little incident. So as we come onto the straight, we've got an alright exit here, but we're around a few cars that seem to match us on acceleration here. Try and get some slipstream off of Ninetales. Car Guy in their McLaren F1 has acceleration, a lot more top speed than us. Gets around our outside, then goes to the inside into turn 1. And Pega also with the speed tries to go to the inside turn, missed their braking point, had to go into ghost mode to avoid a collision. But they did manage to avoid it. We're trying to have a look around the outside of Ninetales through turn 2. Not able to have the grip. Maybe try and get a bit of a better exit. Let's see, we look into what will be the outside of turn 4. We do have the acceleration to pull alongside, but not far enough alongside to get the move done. Grumple's behind us, having a little look to our inside, wasn't quite far enough alongside. But we've got another run on Ninetales here, looking to the inside once again, just not far enough alongside to get that move done. So we'll make it through the right-hander here. Grumples gets to our outside, has the grip, go all the way around the outside, has the inside for the left-hander, gets the move done. So we'll have to settle for 7th here. They're getting held up with Ninetales. We'll maybe try and come back. As Grumples gets the inside of Ninetales, we're going to try and follow them through here, but ultimately just don't have the grip. Trying a little bit of wheel spin out of the corner, hindering our exits as we just slightly tap the back of Ninetales, trying to slow the car down. Though, thankfully, Ninetales not affected from that. but we know we can't get a bit of a good exit on, if we can get a good exit on Ninetales. We do have the acceleration to get alongside them, so maybe we can make a move work, but our car's quite similar here, so quite difficult to get enough of an advantage as we come through the chicane, just sliding around as we did a previous lap, and that allows Gib Gob in their Corvette to try and go around the outside of us, but we just hold them off for now. They're trying to go for a cutback. We just hold tight enough to not let them get to the inside, but now we have a run on Ninetales once again. We go to what will be the outside of turn 1. It's drag race now, as we initially have the acceleration. Ninetales looks to have the top speed, pulls back ahead. Now it's the Corvette looking to the inside into turn 1. I'm going to try and hold it round the inside as they hold a tight line through turn 1. Ultimately we don't quite have the grip, and there's not enough of an acceleration zone here into turn 2 to get back alongside. We do have a look, but we're just not far enough alongside there. We do follow through next few corners as the Corvette is going for a move on Ninetales. They look to have the acceleration on Ninetales. They're going to hold it out side by side. Ninetales with the inside, they'll turn to the outside for the next right-hander. We're going to try and cut back, try and follow the Corvette through. It looks like Ninetales just runs a bit wide onto the gravel. Couldn't quite tell if that was contact assisted or not, but Ninetales losing a lot of positions on the gravel and grass, recovering. So we'll follow the Corvette through. Currently sitting in 7th. We'll cut now to the final lap. Starting, we've got Impega has caught back up in their Ford GT, GT40. They're looking to the outside of turn 1. We're just trying to hold them off, as they seem to have a bit more of a straight line speed oriented car, just giving them a little bit of space on the apex of turn 2. As we make our way through turn 3, looks like Impega has the grip, gets a cutback on us through turn 3, and we try and hold it to the inside, but don't have enough, can brake late enough into turn 4 to keep that position. So that's Impega pass. We also have Shadow in another GT40 behind us, and making GT40's lost straight line speed, as we'll see in later races, but that's really proving to be advantageous for them down the long start-finish straight of Mugello. They don't quite have the cornering speed. Shadow just there waiting for an opportunity. Hopefully we'll try and stay in front for the rest of the lap, although it's going to be difficult to hold on to the place up to the line. Shadow just having a little look to the inside, trying to keep it neat and tidy for us. This car does struggle for traction just to put its power down initially. You have to be cautious on throttle. You'll see that on the throttle trace in the bottom right. As we come into this long right-hander, we're just managing to fend Shadow off for now, but it's whether or not we can hold off down the start-finish straight. So as we come through this little chicane once more for one final time, trying not to slide too much, but having to back out for the throttle midway through the second apex, just compromising our run. Now through the final corner, we've managed to hold on for now, but it'll be all about the run out of this final corner and the acceleration down towards the line. Shadow in our slipstream pulls out to our left hand side. We'll have the run, we'll have the acceleration, and we'll steal P8 from us on the run to the line. So I'll be a P9, not too bad of a finish. We did seem to struggle there for pace through the corners, as quite a few seconds off of the top times, nearly 3 seconds. But considering we started P9 and finished P9, it could have been a little bit more with the incidents we had around us, but ultimately just struggling for the pace with this handling orientated track. We now move on to Nürburgring, and as you can see on the grid spot, we are lucky to start in pole position. And we know from the previous race we can have a good launch, good acceleration down to turn 1. We immediately cover the inside line and we're unchallenged into T1. So you'll see in the replay, we're going to follow Impega for the start of this replay. As clean start, you can see a car got a head off into the left hand side barrier. Terrible start for them, unfortunately. But as you can see, we're just making a very clean start, starting to run away a little bit. We're faster than the cars immediately behind us. So we have a good opportunity here to open up a gap. As you can see, Pega just trying to make their way through traffic. We're going to cut full screen replays. We're gone. We're just trying to fight a lead. Main thing is Pega. We also know Alex has good pace. Alex is a few places ahead of Pega here. You'll see him in the classic F1 car just in front. So it's all about how quickly Alex and Pega can make their way through the field. Here we can see Pega, a bit of a run coming to the back end hairpin, trying to get to the inside of a couple of people. Hits the back of that Ferrari though, pushes the Porsche wide as well. Mustang also running wide, I think just by themselves there. So a little bit naughty from Pega there at the hairpin, to be honest, but is what it is. As we see now, Pega and Alex 4th and 3rd respectively. Alex now challenging the back of the Corvette. Corvette making a mistake through the chicane. That allows Alex into 2nd place and to start chasing us down. You'll see us just on the start finish straight. That's about near 2.5 second lead as we come on to the end of the 1st lap. This is still starting lap 2, and Pega having the acceleration down, start finish straight to make the move for P3, nearly running into the back of Alex again. That allows the Corvette to get a cut back through turn 1. But on the outside of turn 2, they'll have to slip back in line. They do look for another cutback through turn 2, but Pega covered it off. And now it will be up to Pega and Alex to try and chase me down. But maybe if they have a bit of a fight between themselves, they can potentially hold themselves up here. So we just have to do the best that we can. We skip later on to the 2nd lap here. And Pega closing up as they get to the back straight. Now we'll see how these cars compare each other on acceleration. But once again, Pega just has that straight line speed. Looks to the outside of the kink. That'll give them the inside for the chicane, and they'll get that move done relatively easily. Alex slotting back in line, probably realizing that if they fight too much, it would just slow them down and they might not be able to catch up to me in the lead still. I see just Alex trailing and Pega putting him under a bit of pressure as they come out onto the start finish straight. Maybe with a bit of slipstream, Alex can come back at Pega here as they head down to turn 1. Is Alex quite close enough? Does he have braking for it? It's not quite. He actually touches grass, but has a big moment. Good save there from Alex to keep control of the classic F1 car. Does lose him a few attempts and will allow Pega clear to try and catch back up to us. So we'll cut on to now towards the end of lap 3. Alex is still nearly 2 seconds back. He's not gained much, especially with losing a bit of time from that mistake into turn 1, but Pega really has closed up, only half a second back now, just closing in furthermore as we head to the final corner. With the straight line speed we know Pega has, this will likely be a very easy move down the start finish straight as we head down. And Pega in the slipstream, closing up, pulls out to the inside. We're not going to show any defense. If anything, we're just going to let the move happen. We're braking a little bit later than Pega into turn 1, but we just let them have the move. Ultimately, we know Pega's quicker. We don't have the pace to fight, so let's not waste too much time. See if we can hold on to P2 as we head on to the start of the final lap. Now Alex is closed up to half a second back, gaining nearly a second by a second. That lap gap was 1.5 seconds at the start of it. Now half a second. Alex closing up. Alex seems to have a little more grip than us, but we might have a little more acceleration. We didn't see too much of a comparison between me and Alex in the previous race, so we're just trying to fend off, trying to a little bit of a tighter line there to hold for a cutback, then just moving back to the racing line and then holding it to the left hand side, a defensive line into this left down here. But Alex is going to try the outside, try and go the long way around. I'll give him the inside for this right hander. We're going to try and do the same, try and hold the outside here, try and get the power down, a little bit of wheel spin, but it wasn't too bad on the exit of the right hander. Looks like we've got a bit more acceleration as we head down to the hairpin. We'll have the outside. Alex holds the inside. Now we go in a little bit deeper, try and V off the corner, straighten up the exit, put the power down, and use that acceleration that we seem to have on Alex. We get back to the inside going into the Schumacher S's, only for the alongside, can't quite get the move done, don't have the grip for it. Alex just slots back in front. He'll hold defensive as we head up to the left-right here. They'll lead onto the back straight. We try and go around the inside, trying to pin Alex down onto the apex, knowing that he has the grip. We need to be aggressive if we want to try and keep this position. We run a little wide through the next right-hander. Alex gets a good cutback. He has a run here. Do we have enough acceleration though to try and get back at him as we head towards the chicane? He's trying to close the door into the chicane, but we just get our nose up in there. Can we get moving to the chicane? Not quite. Alex able to just brake slightly later than us. We didn't have the overlap to make a move, but if we get a good run through the final corner here, we can maybe try and come back at him, especially with a little bit of slipstream now. But we'll need a good exit, a little bit of wheel spin, trying to get full throttle. Of course, sliding around a little bit, but looks like a very even exit. We're in the slipstream, but it's not enough. Alex will take P2 on the final lap. We'll have to settle for P3. A brilliant battle there at the end. We can see we were about half second off of Alex fastest lap, by a second though off of Impegas. We were never going to fight that. But yeah, great battle with Alex. Ultimately, he just had enough grip to get the move done. Very, very fun though. Great way to end that race. But yeah, that will be it for this video. Two great races, it must be said, for this week. And there will be a part 2 tomorrow, so make sure you stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you then. Bye-bye.